For the past 7 years, Joey's Song has been raising money and awareness for research for childhood epilepsy.
And once again, the nonprofit is teaming up with some well-known musicians for a benefit concert this weekend. Mike Amal is the founder of Joey's Song, and you might recognize this guy, Butch from the Know-It-All Boyfriends and Garbage fame. We always have to say that too. Welcome both of you to Live at 4. Great to see you both.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Mike, tell us the story about Joey's story and how this all started.
So my son Joe was adopted like all my kids were in 2005, and he had his first seizure a few months after coming home with us. And seizures in kids are hard to kind of diagnose at first because, as any parent knows, there's febrile seizures, and lots of kids have seizures when they're young, when they have a cold. So it took a few years for us to realize that Joe was a little bit more than febrile seizures. And unfortunately, Joe's epilepsy was particularly heinous. It took away his ability to speak. He was nonverbal, and there was no cure, and there still isn't. There really isn't even an effective treatment for it today. And so even when Joe was with us, I knew I wanted to do something for the families coming behind. When you're in one of these situations and you know there's not a whole lot you can do for the current, if you can make it better for the families that are coming. So we always wanted to do that. The problem is you have a very special needs son at home plus 2 other young kids at the time. There was not much we could do. But then when Joe left us in March of 2010, it was time to, you know, hitch up the belt and do it. So I started calling people from the old days that I knew in the music business, and it led me back to a friend from 30 years ago, and he's helping me for the 3rd time, and we're going to do our 8th event in 7 years.
And you guys have done some amazing work. It's difficult to move on after a loss like that, and you know, what you've done has been amazing.
Thank you.
Over the last 7 years, to over $100,000.
Yeah, actually, by the time we close up the books Friday night, we hope to have cleared $250,000.
Wow.
So, yeah,
That's amazing.
it helps to have friends like this, though, to help you do it. So.
And Butch, what inspired you to be a part of this?
Well, my good friend Freddie Johnson was the one who knew Mike and actually contributed a song to one of the CD releases.
Yep.
And then said, hey, do you want to get involved with this? And I said yes, because I know Mike's passion for music, and it's a good cause. It's also a really great excuse for me to come back and get on stage with a bunch of my friends and make a glorious racket.
You live in Los Angeles now.
I live in LA.
How often do you get back to Madison?
I make it back a couple times a year. I mean, I still kind of look at Madison as my hometown. I spent so much time here.
Yeah.
And my brother and sister and their kids live here. My dad lives around here, so and tons of friends here. So I love coming back here.
Well, Madison is very proud of you. Let's talk about all these, the CDs and the music, and all the musicians that are part of this.
Yeah, so we've released 5 CDs.
Wow.
As people, part of the music business will know, making money, though, off of recorded music ain't so easy these days with all the streaming services. So over the last few years, we've morphed to these live events, and that's been the way that we've raised the lion's share of our money. As I've said to people, if you have a story like ours, it's really easy to get people to give you a few dollars, but if you can say, I'll give you this CD, or even better, come and listen to some people play music, people are even more willing to do it. So we've had, this will be our 8th event, 5 CDs, and as I said, $250,000 later, we've written some nice checks to some really deserving charities. So
That's fantastic work. Let's talk about the event. Friday, there it is, 8 o'clock to Barrymore. Tickets, $20. joeysong.org. The website to go. You can buy tickets still. They're right online. You can do so at the door too, I assume.
You can, although we're really close to selling out. I was there this afternoon, and they're edging up. So if you really want to come, I wouldn't wait for the door.
Okay.
Honestly.
Awesome. Guys, tremendous
Great
work.
to see you both.
Great
Thank
to
you
see
so
you.
much.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas. Thanks for having us.
All right.